Welcome all. In this lecture, we will see the basic terms and concepts that are crucial to learn and apply in accounting procedures. Please pay close attention to all of them because these concepts are the foundations to understand further concepts and procedures. If it is not the only one, accounting is one of the few sciences totally created by humans, just like cartoons. For that reason, we must learn and memorize some concepts that in fact do not follow specific rules. Additional to this, accounting is a science regulated by the law, so we don't have any other choice than to learn and do what the law says. And we also have the General Accepted Accounting Principles, or GAAP. Even if they are not in the law, there are procedures generally accepted that all of us and the accountants must follow. Accounting is the historical record of business transactions kept in an ordered way. It doesn't matter if you have a manual system or if you are using a computer system, you must keep your records clear, clean, and ordered. Accounts are the items we use to keep the records, and the group of accounts is known as the chart of accounts. The chart of accounts, like the one in this example, is made of a unique number that identifies the account, the name or title of the account, the group to which the account belongs, and sometimes the company also includes the balance in. Now we will see what is debit and credit in accounting. Each account has two sides, and each side defines if the account increase or decrease. We are going to use a T account, like the one you see on the slide, to represent both sides of the account. Debit is always the left side of the account, while the credit is always the right side of the account. So remember, debits affect always the left side of the account, and the credits always affect the right side of the account. The written record of a business transaction is known as an entry. It is important to keep the double entry principle that says that in every entry, the sum of the total debits must match the total sum of the credits. That's it. Total debits must match the total credits. Let's take a minute to read this definition in Investopedia. Now, let's see how we write an entry. Pay attention because the form or format is very important. All debits must be written first immediately close to the margin. Once you finish with the debits, then you proceed to write the credits, leaving an indent of about 1 centimeter at the right of the margin. The amounts of debits are written in a left column perfectly aligned, decimal points under decimal points. The amounts of the credits aligned forming a right column, again decimal points under decimal points. In a general journal, the entries will look like this. First, write the year in the proper space, and below the year, the month. Then, in the square reserved for that, write the date. The date is written only in the first line of the entry. Remember that debits go first, with the amount in the corresponding column. When you finish with the debits, then you write the credits. You don't have to repeat the date. Just write the amount. When you finish, skip a line for the following entry, or better, draw a symbol like this to indicate that that entry is finished. For the next entry, just write the date. You don't need to repeat the year or the month. Write the month and year only at the beginning of each page or when the month or the year change. Remember, debits first. Also remember the double entry principle. The sum of all debits must match the sum of all credits. See how the T account represents both sides of the accounts. If you have more than one account and you are not using an accounting working paper, remember to keep the order and the accounts and amounts aligned. That's it. Total debits match always the total credits. In perfect balance. Debits and credits. Thank you very much for your attention.